I want to be able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. That is my goal in life, right? There are things you have to do, but I also want to do a lot more of the things I want to do. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or just welcome if you're new. My name is Eboni Harris, and I'm a serial entrepreneur based in Houston, Texas. Today I want to talk about one of the biggest struggles when it comes to living authentically, and it's truly all about how we identify ourselves and the hold that that identity has on us. We put so much stock into the identity that we have created, the identity that we have, the identity that other people have of us, and we have to stop being loyal to identities that no longer serve us. So if you've been watching a few of my videos, you know that I have transitioned from calling myself a relationship therapist to calling myself a serial entrepreneur. While yes, I'm still a relationship therapist, I still see clients. I was so stuck in that identity that it didn't allow me to move in the direction I wanted to with new businesses, with new interests, and being able to share that. So for that reason, I just moved into serial entrepreneur, and who's to say in 5-10 years I might change that name again, but that's just the way I wanted to identify at this point. But it was a struggle, right? Because so much of what I've built is around relationships. So much of what I've built is around that identity. And I needed to let go of that identity in order for me to move into a space that feels way more authentic for me, right? I wanted to move into a space that could explore all of the different parts of me and all of the different interests that I have without being stuck in this relationship box. And trust me, this is hard, right? One of the qualities that I absolutely love myself is the fact that I'm a loyal person. I'm a loyal friend. I'm a loyal family member. I am loyal to services. I use similar services that I've used since I was a kid, just when my mom used it and I just kept using it. I'm an extremely loyal person. I am a loyal customer. And so that means that I'm often like, well, that's just who I am. So you just got to stick with that decision. But I have learned that it is not helpful to be loyal to your decisions. I have learned that it is not helpful for you to stick with certain parts of you that no longer serve you. And that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. That doesn't mean that you are upset with that part that existed or you feel like you have to throw that part away. It's just acknowledging the fact that that part that I had, that part of me that existed, and that part of me that ran the show for a long time no longer needs to run the show, right? That part of me got me to where I am right now, but now I can move on to something else. And I'm always grateful and thankful and appreciative. All of those words kind of mean the same thing, but I'm always extremely proud of who I have been and the process that I have went to get to where I am right now. So you should be grateful of whatever version you are right now. Even if you're ready to transition out of that version, you should be grateful for it, right? Because it got you to where you are right now. So this is a comment that I received on a recent video. It was from a short of the starting over at 40 video. And I just wanted to share it and share some of my thoughts on it. What if you always put yourself last and you don't know what, who, or where you want to be? I just know that I'm not happy and don't know where to begin. I think this comment really works well for people who struggle with the living authentically idea, because it feels like, well, if I'm living as myself, I don't really like where I'm at right now. So then how do I live authentically, right? And the first thing I wanted to talk about is that I'm always breaking down the questions. And I know it was just like a quick couple sentences, but I always break it down. The first part was, what if you always put yourself last? That is part of your identity. You put yourself last. You are a people pleaser. You're a person that, and here's the thing, we have parts of us that are martyrs, right? We're like, but I do so much for other people, which is great, right? I do the same thing. I'm a relationship therapist. I work in mental health. Look at what I'm doing for society, right? There's a part of me that is so braggadocious about the work that I do with the people, right? Because I do a good job and I love my work. But that doesn't mean that's all I have to do, right? And so there's a part of us sometimes that gets so caught up in this idea of like, well, I'm a good person. I put people first. I serve others, all of that, which is great, right? It's good to be able to say that you are able to do for others and that you love on other people. But why is the identity I put myself last? First off, why is that the way you worded it, right? Some people say, I always put other people's first. But the fact that you say, I put myself last means you're very aware of where you put yourself in your life. You're very aware of how you don't take care of yourself, right? And there sounds like there may be a little bit of loyalty to that part of you. Like, yeah, I put myself last, but I just make sure everybody else is good. I got to make sure everybody else is okay. But that's not all you are, right? There's a part of you that wants to make sure everybody's okay. There's a part of you that loves taking care of other people. But what happens when we start to use that as an identity is we start to resent that part of us, right? We start to resent the part of us that's like, oh, why do I always have to do for other people? Why don't they do for me? Why don't people take care of me? Why don't they treat me the way I treat them, right? We start to resent it. So it no longer comes from an authentic place. It comes from, this is just who I am. This is who I have to be. There's a whole lot of childhood stuff that we could go into around that, but just recognize that even in you saying that, you've already kind of identified how you see yourself, and that's the only version of yourself that you see. And so I hear you saying there's confusion around like, well, I don't even know where I want to be. I don't know who I want to be. So how do I move in that direction? How do I start over? How do I live authentically? So let's talk about it. If you don't know where you want to go, who you want to be, or anything like that, start with assessing where you are right now. And I'm not saying just look at all the things that you hate about your life, or all the things that you don't like. I'm saying assess your whole life. Look at the whole thing. What are parts that you struggle in? But what are parts you really, really enjoy? Like, what are the things that you do that you're like, oh, but I really love doing this thing, right? So, to what I was saying earlier, if you are a person that puts other people first, you might really enjoy that. You might love thinking about people and doing nice things for people and all of that. But on the other side of that, you might feel resentful because you don't feel like you get the same thing in return. You might feel resentful because you feel like you just you do it automatically and you don't really get a choice. You just kind of do it, or people put you in that place to do it, right? And so it doesn't become a choice anymore. So you like it and you want to be able to do it, but you don't want to have to do it all the time, right? So assess your life and really look at what parts are you struggling in, but what do you enjoy? What do you currently like? I worked with a lot of people that struggle with depression. I work with a lot of people that struggle with anxiety. I don't know anybody that doesn't have any parts of their life that they don't like, right? Even if it's like, I just really enjoy laying on the couch and watching reality TV. It helps me, close off my mind and not think about everything. Or, there are certain songs I really, really enjoy. Whatever. Find something. Find something that you enjoy about your life. Try to make a list, but at least find something that you enjoy about your life and lean into that. Now, I know that sounds weird if I'm saying, well, I just like binge watching the Kardashians. If that's what you like to do, fine, binge watch the Kardashians. But also, are there other things you like to watch? Are there other things you enjoy binge watching? Are there other things that you enjoy doing for an extended period of time? As you lean into that, think about other things that give you that same feeling, right? Because as we're saying, lean into what you enjoy. I want you to tap into, how does it make you feel? I want you to tap into why you enjoy it so much. And then I want you to start to use that as a baseline of how you want to feel more often, and then start exploring, right? So you don't have to know exactly where you want to go. Start exploring, start trying new things, start seeing what evokes that feeling of happiness, calmness, peace, whatever it is that you're looking for. Try new things. Make a list of 20 things that you have not tried. Make a list of 20 things that you did when you were younger, but you don't do anymore, right? Make a list of things that you want to explore and see about, and start exploring it and see if that feeling comes. See if there's a level of joy. See if there's a level of peace. See if there's a level of calmness when you do certain things, right? And again, when I talk about self-care, self-love, all of that stuff, I'm talking about past, present, and future. See if when you go for a walk and skip down the street because you just want to skip down the street because you feel like it, if your inner child is healing from that. See what that feels like. It may feel weird right now, but that may be something that you need. See if you turn your music real loud at your house and start dancing randomly, horribly, but moving your body if it feels like there's a release happening. Explore. Take the time to explore, try new things, try weird things, right? Whatever we consider weird. Try weird things and see if it resonates. If the feeling comes, that feeling that you leaned into, see if it comes in these other situations. And keep adding to that, right? Because the more that you add it and the more that you explore and find things that you like, or even going on like social media or Pinterest or whatever, what type of clothing do you like? What celebrity do you like? Why do you like them so much, right? Because then that can also help you. You don't want to mimic someone else, but it can help you identify the traits and the characteristics that you identify and that you admire in people. And then you can start leaning into, how do I start to move in that direction, right? So once you have assessed your life and kind of looked at the things that bring you positive feelings, bring you joy, happiness, peace, calmness, start to explore, try new things, and look for that feeling in those new things. And the last one, which is kind of a bonus, is to figure out your values. I think this is extremely important. I think everybody should know what their values are. My values are safety, freedom, and relationships. I think it is extremely helpful. This exercise I did a while ago at like a little therapist event. And I just think it's so helpful. Because when you know your values, then you can start to look for things that align with that, right? If I know my value is care, showing care, right? Cool, I show care. How do you show care to yourself? Are you doing activities that show care to you and other people, or just other people, right? Because you also have to do that for yourself, right? So go through your values. I have a list that I use, that I send to people. I'll put it in the description box, hope I remember, but I'll put it in the description box, and it's a list of like, I don't know, 160 words. And you need to narrow that list down to 3. So what you want to do, go through the list, knock down half. Just go through the list and just cross out things that don't resonate. First time around, go through the list. Then you're going to count up how many you have left, cut that in half. So go back through, start comparing this or that, I'm picking this or that, I'm picking this or that, I'm picking that. And then from there, keep doing that until you get it down to 3, right? You don't need to have 10 values. You need 3. Try to get out. If you get 4, I'll let you have 4, but get down to 3 if you can. Get down to 3 because you get to define what they are. Like I said, one of mine is freedom. And I was debating between freedom and like money, or freedom and like financial stability or whatever. But what I realized is freedom is so important to me because money, financial freedom is important to me. Time freedom is important to me. I want to be able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. That is my goal in life, right? There are things you have to do, but I also want to do a lot more of the things I want to do, right? And so because of that, and even in that, right, there are things you have to do. With me, freedom is I work from home. I see clients. I have to see clients. I have to work. I have to make money, right? That's just a reality of it. I see clients 3 days a week. I don't see clients on Mondays. I don't see clients on Fridays. That is time freedom. I get to make that choice because of the choices I made in my life and deciding to become an entrepreneur. I get to structure my week however I want to structure it. I see clients. I have clients reach out all the time. Hey, do you see clients on Saturday? I have clients that have been seeing me for years. You don't see clients on Mondays? I do not. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out, right? If they want to continue working with me, because I have to have boundaries in my life that work with the life that I want to have, right? And so figure out your values and then start making decisions based on those values. Let me know in the comments, have you had to shift identities? Do you have a previous identity that no longer served you and you had to move into something else? Or is there a current identity that you're currently fighting with that you want to get out of? Let me know. Let's talk about it. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe. Let me know that this is something that you enjoyed, and I will talk to you soon. That's all. Bye.